What's going on? Ryan here with Intersection Records and talking concert reviews, talking about the Blues Traveler show on Friday night at Chesterfield Amphitheater in Chesterfield, Missouri, outside of St. Louis. Big Head Todd and the Monsters opened up, and it was cool. It was a great night. It's a great venue. It's one of the smaller amphitheaters. Lots of lawn, beautiful backdrop. Just a great evening in August in the 70s. My history with Blues Traveler, I saw them the first time 30 years ago this summer. And this was my 11th show, but I hadn't seen them in 13 years. So most of my shows were in the 90s. And, I was a fan prior to them kind of becoming mainstream with the 4 album, which had Run Around and Hook and Mountain Winds Again. They're a jam band for me. And John Popper's one of the most talented musicians in the music industry. A unique voice, a great lyricist and poet, a phenomenal harmonica player that transcends the instrument. And I'm going to talk a little bit about the show, some of the things that I liked, some of the things that I was a little disappointed in. So they opened up with Run Around, which is kind of funny because it's their big hit that maybe some people that aren't marginal fans, maybe that's the song that I came to see. So it's like, you can go now if you want to. Then Looking Up, which is a newer song that I was not familiar with. They did lots of covers, starting with Last Dance with Mary Jane, where guitarist Tad Chinchilla sang some of the verses, and then John Popper did the chorus. It was kind of psychedelic the way that they did it. It was a cool part of the show, and again, he could play the harmonica like nobody really that's ever come before. Next song was another song I was not that familiar with, called The Wolf Is Bumpin', off their Hurry Up and Hang Around album. After Bobby Sheehan died in 1999, I continued to buy a couple of their records, but those first 5 albums or so are so good, and they did play some of that material, but to be honest, I kind of fell out of touch with them a little bit. I didn't necessarily like their new bass player, who's Chinchilla, the brother of Tad. But moving forward, Moby Dick was next. Another cover song, Led Zeppelin, kind of instrumental. Then into a bass solo. Then into Devil Went Down to Georgia, which I had seen them do before, and it's so cool watching Popper, do all those Charlie Daniels fiddle lines on harmonica. Next was a song off their first album, But Anyway, big hit for them. Prior to them going kind of huge in the early 90s, but Anyway was cool. Funky Bitch, which is a Sun Seal song, a song that Fish likes to do, was next. And then into War Pigs, and right now I'm starting to get a little irritated with all the covers, to be honest. I want to hear those songs off those first 5 albums that I love. I want to hear Love and Greed. I want to hear Whoops. I want to hear, New York Prophecies or anything, from something off of Travelers and Thieves. And then Regarding Stephen was a great poem, just a tender song. I first came into this song off their 1999 live album called Live from the Fall, which I highly recommend. It's so cool. It's another. He has the ability to touch emotions in his ballads that, it's really cool, and I don't think he gets enough credit for that. Carolina Blues was next, and my friends Dorian and Billy were blown away by that rendition. It was cool. Our band does that song too, so it was nice to see. Then drum solo, and then they closed with Hook, which was one of their bigger songs off that 4 album. Again, it was great. John sounded good. John took a lot of breaks. John let his band take over more. John would walk off stage a little bit and kind of rest while his band was jamming on some of these things like Moby Dick and War Pigs. He was able to take a break. And he's 56 years old now, and I hadn't seen him since he was 43. And really, I started seeing him when he was about 25. So, I guess I was a little disappointed that the show is catered towards more of a fringy audience, maybe, that doesn't know all the material. That's why you bring in the covers. I like this show a lot, and I was glad to go, and I'll see them the next time they come. I just wanted more of a deeper track show. That being said, it's good to see that the band's still around and they're still kicking. Brendan Hill's still on bass. They got Ben Wilson on keyboards, so it's a quintet now. And then again, Tad and Chinchilla round out the band. Peace out. Thanks for watching my show. Subscribe to my channel if you like my shows. I do shows every single day, and we'll see you tomorrow. See you.